So in the previous video I did, I showed how I got Autogen to work on Azure machine learning and using a Python function that I created. And what I had in mind was to help data scientists to wrap their work with better advice and put the subject matter knowledge into the prompts. I just did another exercise of an agentic team where my main challenge was to explain to other people what it is all about and how can it make their work better. And this time the people I was aiming at were not data scientists, but technical writers that use the Elexon website as part of the daily job. And one of the key challenges that I had was how to tell the story of the discussion and how cool and amazing and mind-blowing this is. And I ended up by writing a parser that takes a discussion that goes at the moment into a terminal window, and it's a lot of text there, and allows me to tell that story and market the idea much better. And I'll show you how it looks in this video towards the end. So let's start by just talking about the team. So I set up a team where, of course, I have a coordinator. And in the prompt where I set up the coordinator, I told it about all the other team members and what they're supposed to do, and gave it instructions of what is important for me. The whole team is aimed at creating a user guide. So the first agent is a subject matter expert that knows to analyze this particular website and extract processes, formulas, so as a technical writer will generate the guide with the help of an agent that specializes in plotting. Now, I was deliberating and I played with different versions. So originally, I said that the technical writer will generate for me a markdown version that, and then the plotting will be done using Mermaid, which is a very popular package. After a few iterations, and my intention was, okay, because I've got Markdown and I do a lot of the user manuals that I write and the playbooks that I provide, I use the Sphinx Python package to take the Markdown of the RST files and turn them into a nice HTML. The version I'm going to show you now is the version where I tell the technical writer to give me an HTML file. It made the parsing work much better. Although I did start off with a parser that worked on the Markdown discussion, you will see that it looks much better when the generated files within the discussion are already in HTML. So yes, I'm lazy. Now, I also added a coder where this agent gets the formulas from the technical writer and creates code snippets for functions that show how to actually turn those formulas and processes into code that can be used. And if you have a code generator, then you should have a reviewer. I added also an auditor. And this auditor is responsibility is to review any artifact that's created by the team and compare it to the original website to see that the artifacts are grounded in the ground truth, that they're accurate. One interesting thing that I came up that I found was that if I played with the temperatures, I got better results. So if you up the temperature of the team members that need to be generating the code or the technical text, you will get better results. Obviously, this opens up the opportunity for a little bit more creativeness, hallucinations, and therefore the auditor and the reviewer, I took the temperature significantly lower. And it's a feature that comes with the Autogen automatically. I mean, for every agent, you can set a different level of temperature. And it's really nice, and that's another benefit of this particular paradigm that I didn't think of when I started going into it. So the parser will look like this. So when you come and tell the story, you say, look, here's the challenge. Would you please establish an upper and lower limit for bid and offers? So basically, tell me what is the process to establishing this? What is it all about? And you can see here the different steps that the team have taken. So you start with the SME, then it goes to the writer, the auditor has a look, the ProcessPlotter adds its contribution, the coordinator has a look at the whole thing and decides, okay, now it's the coder's time to jump in. The technical writer includes the code and so forth. And there's more. And I just stopped for the demo purposes. I said, okay, stop after 12 steps. But basically, I've tried it out for many longer discussions, and you get obviously a richer document with formulas embedded nicely, formatted nicely, and very complex processes. So let me show you how this looks like. So basically, you'll get a document that tells you a little bit about what it is about and the processes. You'll get process plots here. There's also formulas, and you'll get a code snippet. And for the storytelling, I actually added also, a head and a footer with a few kind of, you can go back to the top or next and so forth. So discussion starts with an SME, and the SME says, okay, to answer this particular question, this is the bids, this is the offers, this is what about, this is the first step you need to take, the second step, the third step, so forth. Here's the formula, but it's not formatted nicely. Then the next will be the technical writer, and the technical writer creates a file called how to HTML. Of course, in the prompt I asked it to create those files. And you can see, because it's created in HTML and it's embedded in the discussion, it's already displayed nicely for me. I did ask it to create a autumn colors template. That's why it changed colors suddenly. It formats it kind of okay. I didn't give it too much instructions. I'm sure I could have done a much better job here. And it's kind of anemic, but it's already including a graph here. And as you follow the discussion to the next level, the auditor will give some comments. I agree, I don't agree, please. And in this case, in this particular discussion, I might need to change my prompts to ask the auditor to guide what do I expect to see in a well-crafted user guide for these particular audiences who are more technical. So include this, don't include that, and so forth. And the artifacts themselves I also parsed out. So I've got here the different versions of the how-to guide. So if I just open this one, here's the end result. I have an issue with this particular character. And in this case, it didn't generate for me the code. In other cases, I had also the code generated, and we saw that was in the previous video that it can generate code. Thank you very much for listening. I really would appreciate comments, suggestions, what other challenges with Microsoft Azure Machine Learning and Agentic AI I should try and crack, or ideas how to make this better. One of the suggestions that come my way was how does one break up the agents into containers, run them either in AKS, or a colleague told me that he managed to do this using Azure functions. I might try my hand on that. Thank you.